Hey young scientists, welcome to Science 7, Lesson 8. Join our learning community and unlock a world of discoveries. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell to get exclusive science content and early access to new lessons. Let's explore and learn together. Who eats whom? Let's dive into the fascinating world of food chain. So our learning competency is, describe the trophic levels of an organism as levels of energy in a food pyramid. In a basic food chain, organisms are categorized into different trophic levels based on their position in the chain. They could be producers, or consumers, or decomposers. The producers, organisms that can produce their own food. They get their energy from an abiotic source or non-living components such as sunlight and water. Most producers get their energy directly from the sun. They are important to the whole food chain, because they are the original source of energy that is then passed between other organisms. Now the consumers. Consumers are organisms within trophic levels in a food chain that obtain energy and nutrients by feeding on other organisms. They can be categorized into different groups based on their feeding habits and position in the food chain. Now, here are the types of consumers. First, the primary consumers. The primary consumers are also known as herbivores. These organisms feed directly on producers. Examples are rabbits and deers. Second, the secondary consumers. These are carnivores like snake and wolf that feed on primary consumers like deer and rabbit. They obtain their energy and nutrients by consuming herbivores. Third, the tertiary consumers. These are carnivores like eagle and bear that feed on secondary consumers like snakes and wolf. They obtain energy and nutrients by consuming other carnivores. And then the decomposers. These are microorganisms that can break down large molecules into smaller parts. They recycle the nutrients back into the ecosystem. Decomposers include fungi, bacteria, and some types of insects. There are two types of food chain. First, the aquatic food chain. These food chains occur in aquatic ecosystems such as lakes, rivers, ponds, and oceans involving organisms that live in water. Second, the terrestrial food chain. These food chains occur on land and involve organisms that inhabit terrestrial ecosystems such as grasslands, deserts, and forests. In terrestrial food chain, the sun's energy fuels plants as producers, initiating the food chain. Herbivores like rabbits consume producers, transferring energy. Omnivores or carnivores like wolf feed on herbivores, further passing energy. Eventually, organisms die, becoming decomposers' prey. Bacteria and fungi as decomposers break down dead matter, releasing nutrients. These nutrients enrich the soil, promoting plant growth, restarting the cycle. This interconnected web sustains life, illustrating the delicate balance and interdependence within ecosystems. Energy flows through trophic levels, maintaining harmony in nature. The aquatic food chain begins with producers like phytoplankton and algae that undergo photosynthesis using sunlight. Zooplankton feed on these primary producers. Small fish, like guppies, eats zooplankton, becoming primary consumers. Larger fish, such as trout, and crustaceans, like crabs, eat zooplankton, serving as secondary consumers. And bigger fish like sharks and marine mammals like dolphins eats crabs, trouts and some fish. Finally, bacteria and fungi as decomposers, break down dead organisms, recycling nutrients back into the water, restarting the cycle. However, only 10 to 20% of the energy stored in one trophic level is transferred to the next, while 80 to 90% is lost as heat, waste or unused biomass. This inefficiency is due to various factors, such as metabolic expenses, waste production and energy expenditure for survival activities like hunting and digestion. For instance, when a herbivore consumes plants, only a fraction of the plant's energy is converted into the herbivore's biomass, while the rest is lost. This energy loss continues throughout the food chain, resulting in a progressive decrease in energy availability for subsequent trophic levels. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something new.